So there's my tent there, that's the hostel there, and this is the view. So you come along that beach, you start walking up here, and there's a stile right there that just brings you up here to the hostel. Or, as you can see, it says hotel and pub. If you just go along, there's a stile down, and that brings you into the garden that I walked to the hotel. That's me having my shower in the hostel. I am just having a breakfast. I don't tend to have breakfasts. So I don't know, walking on a full stomach or needing a number tolly when you're out isn't good. But what with this being a massive day, it's a proper hill walk basically, but with a big backpack, so it's going to be quite a strenuous day. So I thought, and a long day, so I thought I'd better get some calories in. That's Staffing Bay over there. That's us packed and ready for the off.
Hey, I'm walking here. It don't mean you no harm. I'm just walking here. Don't mean you no harm.
That's me got my Factor 50 on. My hat, if you wonder why it's dripping with water, I like to soak it before we head out and it's really warm days. Behind us there's the hostel, and you head up the road, hang a left, walk down the road a wee bit, and you're looking out for a sign for a lock on the right hand side, and you cut up onto that to start moving you way up towards the ridge. Pretty quickly you come upon this. This is just at the start, the entrance to the hostel. I don't know if that's known as like the tabletop or something. We're going to be going all the way along there. The hostel's down there. There's a bus stop there, and there's a path just next to the bus stop going up, and you wonder if that's maybe it, but you don't. You keep coming up. There's this monument here. I just looked at the map there, and what you're looking for, you go up the side of a little lake, so you're looking for the sign to the right that shows where that is. Don't know if you can see, but just there, the moon, you can see the moon. So the moon in this environment, it just looks amazing, it's crazy. And I see a little sign down here pointing up to the right. It's all in garlic, so I can't tell what it says. You then come up to the body of the water. That's my GPS just pinged to say that's exactly a mile from the hostel. I was just saying, I wonder if we go up along there, if we check the map, we come up, there's another body of water there, and there you can see the face, which is up there. And we do walk along the front of that, so that will be that path along there. Pretty cool. We've just left the lake back there. You can see the path comes up here, around, through there. That's the ocean there, and then that's the lake. So you come up, there's a bit of a pull up, nothing too taxing. Moss is doing a bit off-road. Come on out of there. End up bringing a dose of ticks into the tent tonight. Going all up in my ears and that. Moss, look. Come on. Look, going down there. On you go. She's got a cooling vest on in their harness. It's a little chest plate that goes on that absorbs water. It's like a sponge. The idea is in this hot weather, the water evaporates. Kind of like me soaking my hat. The water evaporates off and thus keeps her cool. But I forgot to soak it this morning. So I'm going to try and get her to go into the water and get a lie down. Everything in her bags, in waterproof bags and such. In you go. Good girl. Go and get a wee lie down. Aye. Good girl. So she's getting a lie down. Go on, this way. Good girl. Up you come. That's it. Good girl. That's it. Is that you? Is that you? Right, good girl, let's go. First lake, second lake, see down the bottom, path here. You're constantly gaining in elevation. The path is narrow in parts, rocky, sugary styles. If you weren't using poles, you'd probably put your hands down in bits. Not a problem, but this is more a hill walking day with a backpack rather than a trail day like the majority of the West Highland Way, for example, is. It tells you that in all the guidebooks though, so you should know what you're getting yourself in for. Just came up this wee bit here, and that's what we're looking at. And the path goes along there and around that corner. We've came from there down around here. You can see there's another path that goes away along there. We're going around that corner. I was pointing to. Hey Moss, come on. One up here. Good girl. Hi there. Good girl. Up, stay. Up, 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 up. Right, let's go. Come on. Just all our food and blanket and such. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are we not going along the ridge all the way over there and all the way over there? I think we are. Oh man. Okay. Seeing it like that, you're like, oh, this is going to be a big day. We're only 2.74 miles in, so according to the thing, we've probably still got 15 miles to go. So yeah, that's probably about right. And as you can see, you've got a big pull up to that, and then you're up and down all along. Just rounded that corner. This is what we see. We're going along here. Now you do need to navigate down some scree. The path splits in two, it doesn't matter which way you go. Don't know if you can hear, but there's a piper down there. I think it's actually a couple getting married. Right there. He's just tuning up his drones there. We better crack on. We've just came down there. And going up there. We just came down there and you come across the car park. Unfortunately the wee snack van's closed. But we're just going up here and you just follow the edges all the way up. Hopefully we'll be dropping a lot of it's really touristy about here, so you're having to pull over to let folk pass and all that, but hopefully once we get up here they won't have went as far as that. In fact, it looks like the furthest folk go is there. Shuts my boots off. Wash line on my feet. Getting a wee rest. Sitting on my butt pad, thermrest butt pad. I've got my Seabax ground sheet to put my feet on. There's any beasties going on me. Again, from over there, around. That looks a million miles away. And you've got the ridge itself. You can see why navigation is important when the visibility is poor, because that's the path coming along there, and there's, you know, you're away down there. If the visibility was poor, you could take a breech off the end of that if you weren't careful. Now this route isn't all about the ascent and distance, you've also got all these descents. We've came along, came all the way down here. Now it is quite steep downhill on grass. Alright, it's dry luckily, but with a rucksack, a fully laden rucksack on, it's not easy. It's not easy going. It's quite hard. You know, it's as hard going down as it is up. We've still got up there to go. This is the 6 mile mark, just over 6 miles. So not even halfway. This is at 7.5 miles. The 7.5 mile point here. I had filled 2 litres of water up this morning and I've already drank one, and we're not even halfway there yet, and I've still got to cook tonight. So I was keeping my eye out for a water source, and I found one just down here. So I've left stuff, checked the dog out, knackered. But it's here. And just down here, there's like a little seat. Show you what I was doing. So I was just sitting down here like this, and I'm able to get my Sawyer squeeze bag and just fill it up. Just fill it up like that. I've filled it just now and I've put the lid on because I've got my two 1 litre bottles there, and I've got this that I'll keep for cooking. I'll filter it and then I'll cook with it later on. Yeah, so the Sawyer Mini, there's also the Sawyer Squeeze, which is a little bit bigger. The Sawyer Mini, you fill this guy, screw it on the end and just squeeze the bag and fill these bottles. About 4 of these, but it's about 1/4 of a litre, so about 4 squeezes gets you a litre. I also like to drop in a puree tab, which is, because these are 1 litre bottles, this actually fits in, this shape fits in the rucksack I've got, the Osprey Exos 58, better than this one. I used to have 2 of these, but I'm going to replace that with this one. But anyway, because that's 1 litre, you just drop in 1 of those, which is 1 tablet per litre, and that's you're guaranteed. I mean, the Sawyer Mini is probably going to filter. It says like 99.99 whatever. Anyway, but I don't know if it does all viruses and such, so I just like to back it up at times with the puree tab. So yeah, really good. My sister got me this for Christmas one time, so thank you, Jacqueline. It came in really handy. So I've been able to fill up the water again. Got my water for dinner. Because I'm wild camping, I won't have anywhere else to stop off. And up here in the summer, the water courses, there's not as many as what there otherwise would be at other times of the year. So it is a little drier. And you can see that. You can see water courses that are dried up. The riverbeds and marshy bits. So this is a little haven 7.5 mile mark thereabouts. It's even got a wee seat and a wee deep bit to fill up your filter. It's a Clegg just landed on me, blew it off. To fill up your filtration system and restock up the water. You would come round there, but I cut off past those bits of water to the wee waterfall, and I've just came back up to meet up with this path. And then you've got a slog up this Skye. As you can see, before we made this big descent down here, and then you come along here and there's a descent down here, and it looks like this is the summit. The highest summit is 600 and whatever, but it's not. That is still up there. This is pretty cool. I think we start over there and we walk along there, and then all round the back, the coast, all round the back of there to the hostel, and then we come up over here, then along there, up here, along down there, and then all the way up here. It doesn't actually look like there's a lot of incline here, but trust me, there is loads just to get to this point. I don't even know how high we've already climbed so far, but quite a bit. Even Moss is knackered, she's lying down. Let's go. I was just leaning against that rock to take that rock there. Leaning the rucksack up against it, getting a wee shoulder break. We've still to come around here and up over there. Summit's up the top, right straight down you come. Just to then go all the way back up again. There's the trig point. We've came down, we've rose up again. I'll show you the view and I'll show you where we're going. Came to this cairn. It's 4:30. If by 8:30 I've not reached the end or a suitable campsite, I'm going to start actively looking for one. This is what I'm talking about. You can see there's a peak in the background. You're down, you're up this guy, you're down, you're up around here. See that? You're down there, you're up this, you're down, and we're in the process of going up this. It's hot today, it's really warm. This big heavy rucksack, that's me drank 3 litres of water already, and if it wasn't for that waterfall, don't get me wrong, I drank a litre of water. When I got to the waterfall, I downed another litre that I had and filled up both the 2 litres plus the little Sawyer filter reservoir for later. But I'm not sure if when I pitch I'm going to find another water source to be able to make dinner. Not that that's a problem really, but you know, the more what you're going to do, carry more water, so you've got a heavier rucksack and then you're going to be sweating more or puggled. It's just things to consider when you're planning your route. And this is what I'm looking at just now. I'm sitting on a rock. Moss and I are buckled. You tired? You're tired, girl? Yeah. So, I was just having a look. So you can see the rock formation goes round and comes out. And if I look here, it's actually better if I turn it round the other way to orientate the map to the landscape. And you can see there's this in, couple of bits, jut out bit, scoops round to another bit, which is there. So I can see where we are. Now, down there, it drops down and rises up. So, if that curved bit, there's the drop where it rises up. So we are sitting right here. We're going to go down, come up, go around, and then around there. This is going to have to change a little bit. The path goes up there, and there's a couple more peaks before it drops down to a final big one before the Storr. Now, there's a road there, there's no camping sites or anything like that. But there's, essentially I've got a half a litre of water left. What I don't want to do, that's me drank 3.5 litres of water. What I don't want to do is keep cracking on in this heat, in this sun, no wind, heavy rucksack, up and down, and get to the point where I've got no water left, I'm cramping, and I then end up in trouble. I also don't have any water for the dog now. She's been drinking out the streams as we've went, but the past wee bit I've been having to give her some of mine, of course. So I think because I've got 1.5 litres left, sorry, half a litre left, I use my energy and consume the remaining water that I have in the quest for water. Essentially I'm going to have to abandon cracking on up here for the moment. Now down there, there's a few, what do you call them? I don't know, burns, it's summons. And they seem to converge down there, so hopefully there's a trickle of water that I could start scooping up. And then I'd be able to just go up the hill and carry on as normal. If not, I think I really need to keep going down until I hit water. That's probably going to be relatively later on if there's not water in sight from there. And I'll probably, when I hit water, I'll just camp there. And then I'll need to come and do this tomorrow morning. Which isn't, I mean, I was going to wild camp anyway, near the Storr. It's just I would have liked to have been a little bit closer. But it is what it is. This has been a particularly warm and hot, windless day. I say windless now, there's a wee breeze coming out now. But it's easy to just keep cracking on until something becomes a problem. Before, I'd rather predict it and try and prevent it. So whilst I've still got water left and energy left, I think the quest, priority number 1, needs to be about getting water now. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, all is not totally lost. I've came down the hill and I've seen this dark green patch. Normally that indicates water, and if I stand on this bit, you can see there's water in there. Now I can make a little gully, I can lift that moss out of there and squeeze it into like my ground sheet. I can squeeze it onto my ground, form like a little hollow, squeeze it all into the ground sheet, then scoop it up into a Sawyer filter from there, and it would be quite time consuming. But that is an emergency source of water for me. Now water runs downhill, so the fact that there's water here, if I try and follow roughly where this is going, this gives me a bit of hope that there will be some water just down there. So we'll see what it's like when we get there. Okay, here we are, found this. There. Pool, flowing water down into another little pool. That's me, can fill up now. Excellent. And I'm not too far away from the path. Moss is begging for her dinner, so I'm gonna give her it. That is, oh sorry Moss, 6 o'clock, 5 to 6. So I'm just going to stay here. Both of us are gassed anyway, aren't we, Moss? Look at this. Oh, are you tired? Oh, she's tired today. But she's wanting her food first. Yeah, I'll give you it. She's finished it already. So what I'm going to do is tan the rest of the water I've got, fill up both of these with a filter, purify them, so I've got 2 litres of drinking water to rehydrate this evening. That's the water all filtered, dropped the purity tabs in, both of them actually. I'll leave that sit for half an hour, that'll give me time to go and set up camp. I've done a wee recce and found a spot. I've filled the Sawyer bladder up with water. I'm just going to squeeze that into my mug to cook with, and I'll just leave all the other associated water paraphernalia on top of my butt pad here till I get my bag and such up to the campsite, which just overlooks it, and get set up. Here's the wee waterfall and pools, and there's the pitch. Considering the landscape, I think it's... I could have went further up where the sheep graze because they keep the grass shorter, but I want to stay next to where this water is. I've had a pee actually, and I've never seen my urine that yellow before, so I'm glad I made the decision to stick with Yon Waterfall. That's me in the sleeping bag. Tent's all dubbed up. Just had something to eat. It was chicken curry this time. Yeah, it was alright. I was hungry, so I wolfed it. Got my 2 litres of water ready. Just as an FYI, I guess, the Sawyer Squeeze bag holds more than enough to fill one of those adventure meal things that you get from Go Outdoors. Map time. Where did we come from and where are we? So today we started down here at the campsite next to the hostel. You basically walk out onto the road and you come down the road. Up at the sign for the lake, along the cliff front, and then that's where the Piper was playing, just off this road here. I was standing up here looking down. There's loads of people along this bit because there's a car park there, so they all pile up here. Once you get here, there's only a few come along here because that, from the car park, that's kind of level. There's a wee incline and then it levels out, whereas this is an obvious climb, so people only come to about here. Up here, along here. So to zoom out, that's there. And then we've came down here, and where I am right now is probably just about here, camped up. Tomorrow I'm going to come up here, all along. Down here. So it's worked out alright for me, really. It's, to put it this way, it's having to go and look for water and camp a bit earlier because I was looking here and it looks like there's water sources around here and also here, tributaries. So it's going to come along, but then we've ended up here. I just didn't want to risk it in case I couldn't get any water there when I was down to half a litre at this point. That's me packed up. Woke up later. I woke up at 6 o'clock. I'd set the alarm for 6, but then I was knackered, so I just went back to sleep till 7. Got up, had breakfast, got all packed up. That's the tent away. We're ready to go. It's overcast, kind of overcast today, so it's not as warm, not as sunny. You can probably see even though I had my skip cap on, I've definitely caught the sun yesterday. I had factor 50 on in my arms and wrists. well, hands, and I had my cap on. But I don't know, it's... Oh yeah. Ha. Aye. Defo see that. Now, let me see if you can hear this guy. Ooh, ooh. You done that all night? What the hell, you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're getting annoyed off with some bloody bird? You know, you love nature and all that, but see if I could have spied him, I would have got a rock flung off him. Anyway, we're going along there. That was the campsite down there. I've just came up. The sun's out again. We're going up here. If you go out to that point there, it's well worth it, it's pretty cool. You can actually see my exact camping pitch where I was last night. I know because just down from it there was like a bit of earth that had slipped, and that's right there. The campsite's there. So I had all that behind me. We're just going up this guy just now. Okay, we've got this wee rise to go up and then we drop down. In fact, there's a couple of people camping down there. That's where I was going to go. If they're still there from last night, I'm also glad I stopped where I did. Up, down, up again, and round to over there. So we're just working our way up here. There's the folk camping. There's the ridge. Yes, that's me just shy of the top of this other guy that was coming up. And if you look, we were right there. There's a scraggy bit there, so you have to go around and come down here. Then I cut across to where the two lasses are that were camping and pull up. So it gives you an idea of the steepness of some of the descent, of which there are many ascents, many descents, and steep at that. I came along, you drop down, and I've basically walked up here. So it looks like 636. So I've got a wee bit of a gradient to come up, and then we're dropping right back down again. But then that's us going to be near the Storr, and that'll be the end of it. Climbed up to the summit up there. It's further back actually. Came down, and we are going down there. You come up to this point, you can go up there if you want to go to the Storr summit, but we're cutting across here to then drop down the other side. We just came down this to the flat bottom, and you get a good view all the way to where we started yesterday morning. And of course around the corner, that's where we were the day before. There's a couple of cairns that I've been heading for straight up the hill. I do know you came up, then you were meant to bear left. I would come up and then I would head across for that because I can see folk down there, so it looks like I've came quite a fair bit higher than I really ought to have. Yeah, so I'd watch out for that. You don't want to come up higher than you need to, you know. So that's me down on the path, heading for the Storr over there. What I would say is, I think the route might take you down there, but I walked out to a big rocky outcrop. It looks like something from one of the Conan films where he found Crom's sword, and I then just walked along to this part here, And I've just came down this grass onto the path. It does mention in the guidebook there's a wee bit of scrambling, and I think it's that bit there. If it's dry, I would say this is easier. There's the Conan outcrop. So I just walked up here and then cut across the grass down to meet this tourist path. This one. And as you can see, folk are taking pictures and such down there, so I'm guessing the store's just around the corner. The old man, that is. So you come over there. There's the coastal walk next. Okay guys, here's the campsite for Portree, just coming up. It's actually 1.2 miles from the harbour to here. There's a bus stop there, but that looks as if it's for going into town. Don't know if they'll drop you off. I'll tell you about the bus from the old man of Storr later on. But yeah, here's another one where you need to take into account your accommodation. You know, if you're adding 1.2 miles on at the end of the day, or whatever. This guy. Here's another use for the ground sheet when it's sunny out. It's a bit of a solar reflector. Basically puts aside in the tent and creates an air gap. Keeps it cool. That's me in the tent now. I've came to this campsite. Had a shower and I've checked in for 2 nights. Reason being is that when I got down from the old man of Storr to the car park, it was 2 o'clock, and the next stage that I pointed out in the video to go along the beach is 8 point something miles, 8.25 miles say. 2 o'clock, doing that, getting to the campsite, wasn't really fancying it. Now I set off just before 9 and I got to that car park at 2 o'clock. Don't get me wrong, I stopped for breaks and all that, but my moving average today was 1.4 miles per hour, slow as anything basically. All those ascents and descents, constant ascents and descents with not a lot of flat walking, with a heavy rucksack in this sun, because the sun came out again, just saps my energy and I wasn't able to make any fast headway. When I came down off the Storr, I decided I was going to get the bus back to Portree rather than carry on the coastal walk. So I waited about, it's like 1 every hour, it's the 57C it is you wait for. Now when you come down out the gate, the car park's on your right, walk straight across the road. Don't go to the car park, walk straight across the road, that's where the bus is, stops. And you have to, if there's no delts here, you have to flag them down. So just watch out, download the timetable from the company's website and look out for the bus. I knew it was at like 5:02, so at 10:02 I got the rucksack on and started looking for it. Got the bus into Portree and went and got fish and chips that you'll have seen, and then walked up to the campsite. It's a mile and a bit up the road, uphill I may add, so factor that into your trip. And what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'll be getting the bus back to the Storr car park, and I'll be doing the coastal section and then coming back here. Like I said, I've booked this place for 2 nights. It's a nice campsite actually, good toilet, showers, laundry facilities, which I'll need. I don't know if you can see, that's my chest strap. That's all minerals, salt that I've sweated out. It's just been so warm. So yeah, that's my plan. Gonna go back up, walk the coastal route, which is stage 3, and then come back here tomorrow night, do a washing, and then I'll carry on to stage 4 and beyond. Map time then. I had camped here. I came up here, walked out to this point, up and down, up and down. I came up higher here, then cut across, and then down past the store, down to the car park. That, according to my GPS, was it like 7.28 miles?